listen, this one is deep, okay? So I hope you're ready. I hope you have something to relax into, because this one is coming from the ancestors in the most profound way. And it has to reach those willing to go deep into themselves, past the ego, okay? So let's get right into it. We'll do some tarot. I have 2 channeled songs. It's about to get real. Get comfortable and let's go. You are the primordial ancient one they talk about in all the stories. Your primeval nature activates these ancestors, wild and untamed before the dark ones. You are a wild and free horse, domesticated in a cage. You forgot freedom. We're here to set you free. Tap into your raw ancient codes. Your brain is your quantum computer. You don't need anything outside of yourself. You just need to tap in. They are here. You forgot what it feels like to be truly awake. They awaken through your anger, a sacred fire of controlled rage. When you no longer tolerate the injustice on your soul and the molestation of your spirit, when you decide you are no longer a slave, tap into your fire, delete the anxiety, and allow this fuel to motivate you to move and take action. This sets fire to your power and ignites every epigenetic code that has been turned off, blocking you from your eternal pure source from within. This was a hijack of your power. This rage fire is your center. This becomes your access back to the Garden of Eden, where serpents lurk, but they don't have power over your mind. Glory to the Creator. They receive all the credit. So, channeled songs are coming. I need to set the energy. So, oh gosh, this one has been an interesting message I've been unraveling. So, this rage fire is dormant inside of you. You forgot that being upset is actually a natural response to what's happening to you. You somehow decided that, like a toddler, I see a toddler that was just swooped up and taken from their parents. And this toddler had to learn and adapt from its captors how to exist and survive within a system that it needed to depend on. So you forgot the parents were even there. You forgot your parents because you were a toddler, and your memories and your codes of survival have kept you in a perpetual loop of, I must survive and adapt to what I'm experiencing. So channel message is calming, okay? I don't know if I should read it yet. Channeled song, I meant to say. I have 2 songs, but I want this to flow. So, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because you have royal codes in your DNA. Royal meaning you are a child of the Creator in the Garden of Eden, separated from your home. And the reason you're separated is because the serpent, which represents, let's say, the dark ones for now, has completely hijacked your mind. Your brain is under the influence of this energy. That's why the story, they had to tell the truth. They had to give the wisdom because the serpent is wise. So it's hidden in plain sight is how it feels. Should we read the song? I feel like we should read the song. We're gonna do it. We're gonna read one of them. Actually, we're gonna do both, because listen, if you're here, you're here. If you're running away, that's your choice. And that's your choice. Right? So, if you're ready, If you feel insignificant, it's Beyonce, something way bigger. If you feel insignificant, you better think again. You better wake up, because you're part of something way bigger. Not just a speck in the universe, not just some words in a Bible verse. You are the living word. You're part of something way bigger. Bigger than the picture they framed us to see. But now we see it, and it ain't no secret. Understand the truth, that truth about the question in your soul. Look up, don't look down. Then watch the answers unfold. Life is your birthright. They hid that in the fine print. Take the pen and rewrite it. Step out your estimate. Step in your essence and know that you're excellent. Rise. The Spirit is teaching. No, I'm not just preaching. I'm taking my own advice. Let mama let you know. Mama's still trying. I can't get no days off. I don't get no days off. Everything I'm saying is resonating if you're picking it up. Truly, I'm feeling it. I had to say that thing twice. Okay, we don't need to read that part. We're fighting something way bigger. Forgiveness is key. You'll never lose. We are winners. I'll be the roots. You'll be the tree. Pass on the fruit that was given to me. Legacy. We're part of something way bigger. Let love be the water. Pour into you. I pour into you and you pour into me. There ain't no drought here. Bloom into our actual powers. I'll be your sanctuary. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know. No matter how hard it gets, you got my blood and you're gonna rise. Understand that truth about the question in your soul. Watch the answers unfold, okay? That's it. That's what we're gonna read from that. And then the pearls of Sade, let me just get these out because they're gonna bother me. Pearls by Sade. There is a woman in Somalia scraping for pearls on the roadside. There's a force stronger than nature, keeps her will alive. This is how she's dying. She's dying to survive. I don't know what she's made of. I would like to be that brave. She cries to the heavens above. There is a storm in my heart. She lives a life she didn't choose, and it hurts like brand new shoes. The sun gives her no mercy. The same sky we lay under burns her to the bone. Long as afternoon shadows, it's going to take her to get home. Each grain carefully wrapped up, pearls for her little girl. Hallelujah, hallelujah. She cries to the heavens above. There is a storm in my heart. She lives in a world she didn't choose, and it hurts like brand new shoes. Ooh. 8 minutes just to get into the channel. We need to remember how slow life is supposed to be. You are supposed to be in this type of frequency where you don't feel rushed or pressured or anxiety driven. I really hope those lyrics, that channel, and those songs did something for your soul, because we're not going to succumb to the manipulation. That's really important in this energy today. This channel needs to be very clear. The ancestors participating in this reading need us to activate our waters, because they can't come and participate in the channel without us aligning the frequency to allow them in. So real healing, real deep I just learned this word. Whoever, thank you. Okay, you put it in the comments. You need to be wild. This is a wild type of energy. Wild is a sacred place that we're tapping into. So, just know if you're here, you're so brave. Okay, you're an architect. I've been seeing us as these architects. Yep, they want the children. I've been seeing us as these architects, and these, we're the group of people we're on the border between the realms of the 7th realm and this realm. used to be, how do I say that? We've just descended. We very much so descended down. And I think just for the visual, we've descended into hell, which is all mental. It's just this mental trap. It's this illusion of you're going down in an elevator in consciousness into the slave frequency, basically. So let's see what the tarot wants to talk about, because obviously I don't need cards at the moment, but I'm going to use them to help ground the message and to guide the message. Sensory issues. Men take energy from women. Women give energy to men. A warrior doesn't run from chaos. He listens to it, then walks through it. Processed food industry. Move your body. And what threats are you afraid of? What type of security are you looking for? And what behavior will secure this with androgynous on top? Listen. So shout out to the person that wrote about their journey, trans person, in the comments, because there's something deep going on here that I want to talk about for those that have the capacity and the will to go deep enough into the truth. So, androgynous, huh? Androgynous, the Garden of Eden, okay? Oh, the rapture happens when you're ready. Okay, listen. Don't you dare scroll away. Don't you dare run from this. Do you hear me? Stay in this truth. Don't let the hormones hijack you. These codes in your mind can activate. It's all up to you. You are the function. You are the, I don't know. I see you have the ability to turn on and off your brain, to listen and to breathe into this. Drink water, breath, light a candle. Okay, we need some smoke and some fire, because the processed food industry, the sensory issues, move your body, okay? Men take energy, and listen, man, I love y'all, okay? But I also realize there's these predators going around, and we just want to love and be married. We just want to love and be in love and be love, okay? We just want to be with our families, and we want things to be simple again. We want to go back to a time when we didn't have to be so aware and awake. But this is actually setting up your warrior path to your freedom. We have to fight for our freedom. I just need to make that clear. It's not pretty, it's not beautiful, it's not always put together. It is definitely not an illusion, and it is not some bullshit glamour magic here, okay? Move your body taps in. So moving your body forces entities out of it. Because when you're still and frozen, that's they're possessing your body. It's physical. They have no body, so they have you, and they are trying to get you to stay in that frequency. That's why I see the serpent in the mind. It's a deception. It's mind control. Sensory issues. You're literally like, I saw this baby deer come through my head, where the baby deer literally walks up to the human in the middle of the road with mom behind it, and then it just does its fawn response. It just kind of falls in the ground and goes like this. Am I hiding? I'm hiding, right? And the human, with the intelligence of the human, luckily this guy was sweet and kind. He was like, oh, it's so cute. But truly, the deer was being that's not like a good survival code. My nose is leaking. That's not a good survival code, okay? And that's the energy we're tapping into. We need to stop fawning in the middle of the road here and cross the road, hide in the bushes, and go back into nature. So horses are so significant in this energy. Thank you for staying 15 minutes when I haven't even pulled a tarot card, because it's not about the cards, but I appreciate you. 7 of Cups in reverse. This is such a powerful start to this, because the 7s are really important now. I keep talking about the 7th realm. We're trying to get back home. And the 7th realm, the reason these cups, everything's in reverse, is because you now see, okay? You have an activation. You're online, you're awake, and you're aware that all these choices in front of you, all these illusions and options available to you were set up. Look at that turtle. All of the deception, the smoky waters, the illusions and the traps, the portals of, I see a lot of portals trapping people in the internet type of world. So a lot of scrolling and trapping your consciousness, okay? Because if you could feel your feelings, you would feel rage, but you haven't got there yet, and that's okay. You're scared of rage. You think if you act angry, aggressive, or rageful about your enslavement, that you will be bad or something. Like, there's a fear here, and this fear was put in your mind when you were little. When you were little, you believed if you were upset about what was happening to you, you would be excommunicated. But really, that's okay, because we're really seeing the cult now, okay? If you don't see the cult, look harder. Like, look harder. Look at what's happening around you. The 7 of Cups, 10 of Cups in reverse. False celebrations, okay? False celebrations, illusions of a party that aren't real. Looking up to the heaven is key. There's literal frequency coming from the sky. So the rainbow is showing me this light that's coming in from the sky, codes being sprinkled. That's why there's chemtrails. They don't want, I see a lot of sensory issues coming from the chemtrails, from the sky, from the processed food, okay? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of being in your power? What? Are you afraid of yourself? Like, I think you're afraid of yourself. Androgynous, we haven't even got to, okay? This is about to get deep. The rapture happens when you're ready. When you're ready to say, there's not some book, there's not some Bible, 66 books put together by human males from the patriarchy of the past that wanted to entrap us out of fear. They were fearful of the great beyond, the unknown, the 7th realm, heaven and God. They were actually fearful of it. So what they did was they trapped us in a religion, a legion, an order, a group, a cult, okay? 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You're so thirsty. You're so thirsty. You don't even know how thirsty you are. You are so thirsty for water, for pure water. You forgot what it feels like to be alive. You're just in these motions, right? And these motions are blocking you from receiving this beautiful, beautiful authority and crown. This is your crown chakra. I'm seeing your crown chakra. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, because we need to talk about this androgynous. Yeah, a little birdie. A little birdie. Autism could be significant. It's bigger than you, it's bigger than me. Okay. So this came out, definitely a little sideways. Look at this energy. You see this dude? Listen. You see this man. I'm seeing how, he's so awake. He's one of our primordial ancestors in this card. You see how awake and aware. He's so possessed by the ancestors and trying to guide you. So somebody very possessed by the ancestors comes off as unruly, wild, untamed. They're so free that it's terrifying at the same time. Because we live in a world where freedom is an illusion. Even the wild animals are terrified. Everyone's confused on what's happening here. But you're trusting. You're moving through the waters, the emotions, the feelings. You're going up and down the mountains, and it's tumultuous. There's a lot of confusion. One day you're conscious, the next day you're fearful. One day you're anxious, the next day you're empowered. This is the rage fire being activated. You're learning to trust your guides and your navigation system through this water. There's alligators, there's sharks, there's a lot in the water, and you're scared. Oh, wow. The world. And then look, she's wrapped up in the water. I have no idea I don't know, it's fine. She's wrapped up in the water, wrapped up in the feeling, the depth, the emotion. This also represents, which I've been picking up on lately, we're at the gate. We're at the gate of the next realm. How do I want to say that? But we're bringing it through us. It's very warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very warrior. Let me not pause, but pull in some other frequencies. Ooh, the Hermit. This is going into the cave and really deciding how you want to go about the process of becoming awake. Fully awake feels, you want to talk about euphoria, okay? We are waking up to the fact there is so much here that we can't even tap into because we're so stuck on the anxiety of the unknown, the freedom. It's literally like being trapped in a dark underground facility, prison, like it's just terrible. And then you finally get to step on grass and see sunlight for the first time, and however long for you that you've been unconscious. That many years, you need a minute. You know what I mean? You need a minute. It's not like you walk out of prison and then they're like, okay, let's get you a social security card, a driver's license, and you need to start your new job tomorrow. You're like, what? No, I'm not ready for all that. I just got onto fresh soil. You're really truly tapping into your new home in your body, but the rage is real. We don't need to project it outward and say, I'm angry outwardly, so let me project my rage onto another. Heck no. You need to activate that center fire in your soul. That center fire, yes, because this advocate card in reverse, it's like you want to be your own advocate here. But here in the shadow, in the reverse, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain, when you project your rage at others, you literally are just giving away your power. Instead of helping, you're harming. And it's like, we want that fire. We want to see your rage fire create something. I'm seeing someone create a sword out of, iron? Just like, the process of dipping a sword into that ridiculously hot lava stuff, forging a sword from that's an art. And I'm seeing a scene from some anime where when this master, like everybody went to this master, it's in Demon Slayer, to forge a sword, because each sword, this is your sword of truth. Each sword was created from a particular way or whatever. This kooky, fully in tune, he had his soul fire activated to create swords, and everyone knew to go to him for the best swords. And as you're receiving your sword from the divine, your sword of truth, you have to learn to wield it in the way of connecting to it, almost like a familiar, almost like a spiritual power, so it doesn't consume you or go outwardly on a rampage to just behead the enemy or even any bystanders in the way. Shiva, what's her name? Kali, okay? Kali is beautiful energy, first of all, but we're talking, okay, we gotta stay focused. I'll see all the stories if I keep going down that rabbit hole. So let's focus on this androgynous because it came out, so let's talk about it. With men take energy from women and women give energy to men. This take doesn't mean bad. Let's make that clear. But we do know that masculine energy, the power of masculine energy being the dominant force on this planet, has definitely been the problem. When mother comes back home, when women get back in power, which is definitely not a forceful thing, it's just a wisdom, a love frequency, a mothering, nurturing power that cares and doesn't want to constantly be at war and fight about everything. When that system gets back online, we come back home to ourselves and remember what we're doing here and what's the point of it all. But there's too much frequency of war. There's too much power being fed to war. I'm even seeing that with our taxes, you know, how they structure it to where we spend a lot of money on that kind of stuff, but we can't even like fund our schools, our teachers. It's insanity. So what, okay, androgynous, what's going on? This does not seem like the deck, but okay. That would speak to that. But apparently it's gonna be fine. What is this about? What is this about? This is really important. Trying to come through. Is it not this deck? Okay. See how that disrupted everything? Okay. I projected my unhappiness onto you. Bigger than you, bigger than we. Okay, what deck? Androgynous. All right, let's do this. I've been here in a while. This is roots. Oh my gosh. That's kind of like a symbolic, you haven't been here in a while. You know there's power here, but you don't tap in because of the ego. Oh my God, I'm seeing crazy stuff. The androgyny is the ultimate you. Okay, listen. Can't even hear me. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Androgyny, androgynous, what is this about? What is androgynous about? Thank you. Benefactor, grace and generosity. Sleeping in a mushroom, little mice sleeping in a mushroom. Benefactor. There's a lot of royalty there. What's that mean? Okay, so the ancestors that are giving you your power, that are activating your soul center fire, this rageful fire in the center of your being, They're the androgynous ones. They come from a time when we didn't have the separation of man and woman, which is the enlightenment that they wish to bestow upon you, is that the perpetuating that separation, because you are one. There is only one. 1 and 0. Okay. But the one is when you realize you are the one, whether that's the one with the partner that you seek, or one with the grass, the sky, the heavens. You are the experience that's in front of you. And they want to activate, there's a Kundalini serpent, Kundalini. I see your spine, I see a fire coming up. It's coming up from the roots into your epigenetics. Because once you remember the time of androgyny, you realize and step outside of the separation. Once you step outside of separation, that's when you see it for the truth, and that's where you access the truth. Oh, this is your poetic justice. Your poetic justice is this memory that, yes, it is about luxury and wealth, but not in the way that you are perceiving it at the moment. That's part of the slave code, okay? Yes, a tidy house, clarity, and organization. There's the one. One came out to let us know. Once we started separating, look at all the separation and clutter, and it's just a lot going on. For this to be home, it doesn't feel very cozy. I mean, maybe inside, that's where they live, okay? That's, oh my gosh, I almost dropped my deck. That's where they live. These mice live in this little tree house, but they're cozy up on this. You need to have access to the wild. So here they're cozied up on this mushroom, which is clearly on the ground somewhere, and this is their home. And it's like Spirit, Soul, God, Most High is trying to get you back to this place of laying in the grass and the flowers and cozied up with this. You see the oneness they create, the yin and yang. They're just, and he's wearing the crown because this is your birthright. This is the Garden of Eden, and this is the house and the structure we've built, which is beautiful, especially when you build your own home from your own hands, like all the creatures in the wild do. But we just somehow got to this place of a dystopian, ugly world of cookie cutter structure. It's so rigid, it's so robotic, and it's for robots. But when you get back to your freedom and you cozy up in the grass and you get back to simplicity, putting your feet on the earth, connecting back to the mother, connecting back to the consciousness of the planet, that is the ancestors' wish for you, is to, we get back to simplicity. We don't have to seek the awakening or the expansion of the answers to everything. We don't have to have such a big mind about it all. We can be okay with being just cozied up and not so worried about the perfect body or the perfect whatever, the perfectionism in general of trying to keep up with the Joneses. They want you to get back to the simplicity and the basics. Okay? Androgynous ancestors. Androgynous ancestors. Overflow, plague. There is a difference between knowing and understanding and delirious. With overflow, and there's the fire. water and fire. We have an overflow here with the fire. Delirious plague, and there's a difference between knowing and understanding. So there's going to be a program put out into the public that everyone should be fearful of a plague and this delirious witch hunt that's about to happen. And this should be enough to start this fire in your soul, to want to get back to, oh wow, that's another home. It's an overflow. It's the water. This water, it's this, the end of it all is tapping into how you feel and activating a fire through the water, through the emotions, tapping into your riverbank, not going to their banks, tapping into your overflow of emotions. This is guiding you. That boat is taking you to this this overflow of abundance and the simplicity. It's not about getting more and doing more. It's about doing less and being okay with the less. Okay? 4319, the witness, and they're here witnessing it all. Our team, they're so closely watching right now. The ancestors, the council of beings, good and bad, dark and light, up there, in here, out here, whatever. They are checking in and guiding us closely at this time because we're in an awakening phase. They will leave and step back, and we can go back to a chill life, you know, a more conscious life and more harmonious to peace and love, for sure. Making babies again and wanting to not, like, it's so simple. We just are supposed to make babies and be married. Like, it's a simple thing, honestly, to just live a happy and fulfilling life that pleases the gods and pleases our soul and our spirit. And we've just gotten to the point where we want to know too much and we want to be like God too much in terms of mental rather than the heart. We want to be more like God in the heart and not the mind. The mind is where the serpent is messing with your brain and causing all types of confusion about who, what, where, when, what, and why, everything. Okay, so that's what I have. Thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful for all of you in the comments. Okay, so I gotta go, and everything you need to know is down below, and I'll see y'all next time.